Emoyeni wakiti kuyachisa, emoyeni yetu kwengwanwami, solo emoyeni wakiti kuyachisa, emoyeni yetu kubuhlungu, emoyeni wakiti kuyachisa, emoyeni yetu kwengwanwami, solo emoyeni wakiti kuyachisa, emoyeni yetu kubuhlungu, emoyeni wakiti kuyachisa,
Our nation has once again been plunged into mourning following the passing on of one of the gallant veterans of our liberation struggle, Comrade Stanley Nleya, who died on Tuesday, 16 June, at the United Bulawayo Hospital's UBH. Last month, we bid farewell to two other veterans of our second Chimrenga, who were declared national heroes. The nation is indeed gradually losing its pioneering crop of freedom fighters that inspired and recruited many others who participated in the armed struggle for national independence. As a nation, we shall remain eternally grateful to them and forever cherish the immense sacrifices they made for our freedom. Today, we have gathered at this our national shrine to mourn, reflect, and celebrate the life of a departed commander of the liberation struggle who operated under the Zimbabwe People's Revolutionary Army, ZIPRA, in a pre-independent Zimbabwe. We have been robbed of a veteran soldier, revered and dedicated cadre of our struggle for independence. Comrade Gagisa, as he was affectionately known during the war, was a fountain of military prowess and intelligence. We have lost an irreplaceable personality, an instructor and liberator, whose institutional memory was invaluable in his account of a protracted armed liberation war heritage. Many freedom fighters, including some amongst us today, were oriented and trained by him during and after the liberation struggle. On behalf of the government and the people of the Republic of Zimbabwe, my partisan PF, and on my own behalf, May I express my heartfelt condolences to the Nleya family, especially to his wife and the children, relatives and friends for their great loss. The nation shares with you this moment of grief. May you all derive comfort and solace from the knowledge that Comrade Nleya's death is our great loss together. The late Comrade Stanley Nleya was born in 1947 in Bulilima district in the then Southern Rhodesia. His parents were peasant farmers who made a living from the barren land and the limited livestock they were allowed to own by repressive colonial regime of the day. He was brought up under an inhospitable environment, witnessing firsthand the suffering and sacrifices endured by his parents and many others due to the policies of oppressive colonial regime at the time. Comrade Stanley Nleya was one of the few who acquired primary education in his home area of Bulilima. He proceeded for secondary school at Hope Fountain Mission and later at Inyati Mission. The late Comrade Nleya decided to join the liberation struggle, which prompted him and other like-minded youths to undertake the perilous journey to Botswana on foot. Determined to fulfill his revolutionary calling and trained in guerrilla warfare, Comrade Nleya left Botswana for Zambia under the auspices of ZAPU, where he received his initial military induction at Albert Lutuli Camp and then at Chakwenga Camp. His journey thereon attests to the character, traits, determination, and perseverance of our late national hero, traits that must be emulated by us who remain behind. The late Comrade Gagisa was selected to go for military training at Morogoro in Tanzania in 1969, where he joined the ranks of the likes of the late national hero, retired Major General Jivan Maseko, retired retired Brigadier General Stanley Nleya, among others. His instructors included Camp Commander Comrade Albert Ngele, retired Brigadier General Ambrose Mtiniri, the late General Lookout Masuku, the late Comrades Rogers, Alfred Nikita Mangena, and many others. He went through an exhaustive and grueling 9-month training program, graduating with distinction. Due to his impressive performance, he was appointed to the rank of military instructor at Morogoro Training Camp. His transformation from a simple recruit to one of the notable Zipra instructors had just begun. Such a transformation from a civilian to a guerrilla soldier was indeed a milestone achievement which required focus, discipline, and dedication to the cause. Today, as we lay Comrade Nleya to rest among his late comrades, I challenge us to ask ourselves individually and collectively the question: what is the role that I must play in building my country? What is the role that we must all play in building a brighter future for the next generations to come? Under the Second Republic, we are determined to modernize and transform the economic, social, political, and technological landscape of our great mother country. As it was during the liberation struggle, our present journey to national development will have challenges, delays, and detours. This era in the history of our country calls for focus, discipline, and unyielding resolve among our people. Like the liberators of yesteryear and the likes of the late Comrade Stanley Nleya, let us never wander off from the path towards economic prosperity as guided by our national vision towards 2030. Let us never be complacent. The war of today is neither guns nor bombs. The war against economic prosperity is ongoing. Rest assured that the enemies of the progress and economic growth of our country will never win as long as we remain united. The challenges we face are not insurmountable. I exhort all of us not to have the spirit of surrender. It is not over. The struggle continues. Our gallant freedom fighters did not give up after the bombings of Freedom Camp or Chimoyo Camp. They fought on, they struggled on. Let us today equally fight on through consistent production and hard, honest work. A better life for our people shall be realized. Such was the nature of the heroes of our nation, like our departed national hero we lay to rest today. Us who remain must draw inspiration from these gallant sons and daughters of Zimbabwe. In 1974, the late Comrade Gagisa was chosen to lead a group of 5 Zipra cadres on attachment with the military wing of the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, the Palestine Liberation Army, PLA, to Lebanon. His comrades in arms during that expedition included our Commander of Defense Forces, who is here today, General P.V. Smart, Jewel Dambudzo, not myself, Jewel Dambudzo, the late Assad Dinda, and Elias Dow. In Lebanon, they were deployed to the war front alongside PLO guerrilla forces. After this military stint in Lebanon, the late Comrade Nleya and General P.V. Smart were reunited with the corps of military instructors at Morogoro camp, where they introduced intricate commando techniques in the training syllabus, as well as 100 tougher and more innovative training modules. Their overhaul of the military training curriculum paid visible dividend as graduating military cadres deployed back into Zimbabwe managed to inflict damage to equipment and infrastructure, as well as cause fatalities to enemy forces. The late Comrade Nleya rose through the ranks of Chief of Staff and subsequently to Deputy Chief of Operations in 1978. As the armed struggle grew in intensity, Comrade Nleya increasingly got involved in operational war zones. During the 1979 ceasefire agreement, the late Comrade Nleya was second in command at Papa Assembly Point in Mashonaland West Province. After independence, his leadership skills were put to the test during the demobilization exercise and integration of 3 armies, resulting in the formation of our today Zimbabwe National Army, ZDF. He occupied the rank of Major and Deputy Commander of the 227 Infantry Battalion until his retirement. Fellow mourners, comrades and friends, our national hero leaves behind a legacy of dedication to duty, courage, selflessness, and patriotism. As we lay him to rest today, we should emulate his commitment to the national interest, dedication to duty, as well as the spirit of hard work and humility. The late Comrade Stanley Nleya was a principled man and a compatriot who remained faithful to the cause of the liberation of his country. He served with distinction and passion as both leader and a team player. In spite of the colonial repression and oppression, he endured and remained focused on the ultimate objective of liberating our motherland. He was never distracted from the national cause of his country. Let us therefore take a leaf from his exemplary conduct by rekindling in ourselves the sense of national pride that entreats us to look inwards, convinced that we are our own liberators. Now is the time for this kind of attitude. Let us all learn from our departed heroes and heroines, including this decorated soldier we are laying to rest today. He trained the freedom fighters to become a united force, to be patriotic, futuristic, and never pessimistic, despite all the setbacks they faced during the protracted liberation armed struggle. He inculcated in them a culture of patriotism, hard work, integrity, and honesty. The fact that we have some of the people he trained as senior commanders of our Zimbabwe Defense Forces is testimony of the late national hero's astuteness as an instructor and a mentor, and also the discipline, focus, and leadership skills he imparted to those who passed through his guidance. I challenge all of us in leadership or positions of influence at whatever levels in the various sectors, be it in industry, business and commerce, medical, legal and teaching fields, politics, religious and cultural arena, media and the sports sectors, among others, to always strive to mold and mentor those around us to be dependable, to be honest, loyal and patriotic citizens of our motherland. Let us all introspect and ask ourselves as leaders in our various fields if we can be counted on for the advancement of the cause of our nation. Can you, as businessmen and women or civil servants of our nation, be deployed to advance the present national development agenda? Are you dependable? Can you put national interests and the interest of the majority ahead of your own interests? In the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, can you be trusted to direct operations in the fight against the spread of this scourge? Can you be counted on to reject and expose practices which are contrary to the interests of the people? Learning from the life of the late Comrade Nleya, our youth must utilize the empowerment and economic space that was created through the sacrifices of our departed heroes. They must grow our economy through hard work and productivity that will result in food self-sufficiency and the increased exports of goods and services from our great country, Zimbabwe. Despite the setbacks we may face, Zimbabwe needs people who choose peace over disharmony, tranquility over violence, love and peace over hatred, morality, integrity, and hard, honest work over immorality, laziness, and corruption. We must choose justice and truth over lies and falsehoods. Riding on the policies and values entrenched under the Second Republic, let us all play our part in ensuring good times over evil in our country, drawing lessons from the life of the late Comrade Gagisa and other gallant heroes of our country. We will surely become more united, peaceful, and prosperous as a nation. On the evident economic malpractices that are present in various forms, my government will never shy away from implementing policies and measures that ensure that the honest workers of our country live honorably. We shall not allow a situation where our people live in chronic insecurity, lack, and deprivation. It has become apparent that in our midst there are wolves in sheep's clothing. The end is coming. To our departed hero, I say, go well, dear comrade. You sacrificed your life so that Zimbabwe could be free. We remain eternally grateful to you and to the other heroes who went before you. May your soul rest in eternal peace, assured that we shall keep the torch burning in our quest to rebuild our economy and the country and guarantee a better quality of life for all of our Zimbabwean population. Hamba kahle qhawe lethu, fambai zvakanaka gamba redu. Go well, our great instructor. Go well, gallant freedom fighter. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you.
Yes, Em.
Yeah. Listen. Up. 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 Sit up. 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 Police with the blank cartridges. Standing close. Up. Up. Prison. Up. Fire. Up. 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 Fire. Up. 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 Fire. Unload. Up. 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 Stop. Up. 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 National salute. Prison. Up. 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 Up.
We say dust to the dust, ash to the ashes. Amen.
Thank you.